New sponsor of the podcast, Game Up. They make a thirst-quenching adult beverage with a special blend of electrolytes. It's a hard hydration drink. Currently comes in a variety pack with 4 great flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape.
It's a low-carb drink with just 110 calories. So get some Game Up and enjoy the Combat Cast. I thought it was an underwhelming card from what I saw. I was in and out of the co-main event, so I'll let you take over here real quick because it was a very crazy ending.
Yeah, overall the fight card was okay, but this co-main event and the main event really lived up to the lack of hype that we were given it last week. Co-main event ends in a no contest in the second round due to an accidental eye poke. Bryan Battle accidentally poked Loosa. Ange was getting beat up for the whole first round at range pretty badly, and then the eye poke happened, and he told the doctor that he couldn't see. Once you say that, fight's over, obviously. But then when they go to read the decision, both guys are trying to fight again. So I don't know. Like, there's some talk online that, Ange was just looking for a way to get out of there, and Battle said he called him a pussy and said he was trying to escape the fight, and then he was yelling, "I'm gonna kill you," and all this. Bisping was not impressed. That's all I'll say. But it was a shit show. Exactly what we expected, basically.
I don't know what you even do. I mean, after that, it's like funny like that. It's like, do you even want to rematch them? Like, just maybe move them on.
Yeah,
just forget about this.
Nobody cared about that fight anyway, to be honest. Right. So, main event: Tai Tupvasa versus Marcin Tyburia. Bit of a bummer. 4 losses in a row now for Tai. I'm a big fan of him, so I'm pretty biased. I don't know what you do, but my biased self tells me you keep him around and just match him up with some fun fights. Probably not going to be champion, so you don't need to be trying to move him up the ranks. Just make fun matchups to fill out cards. But I don't know if the UFC is really in that business anymore. I think Black Beast is the only person that gets away with that, so.
He managed to get a win right before when his contract came up too. So he's in a unique situation, and he's super. Not that Tai isn't, but Tai. I don't know. I could see him getting one more crack at this, but like that's about it. And honestly, I love Tai Tupvasa in UFC. I think he's great. But like there was the jokes online, the memes where the owner of bare knuckle fighting is like going like that, right? When he sees that, and I'll be honest with you, like. I see somebody like Tai Tupvasa, and I'm like, that dude would kill it for bare knuckle. Like, I don't know what kind of money they have to offer him, but somebody who hits like he does, who's entertaining as he is, like, if I was them, like, you already have Mike Perry, who's kind of killing it for you right there. That would be somebody else. I'd be like, oh, he's perfect for us, gives us an own unique identity, likes to bang, and he can be funny. That being said,
who's he gonna fight though? Name one heavyweight in bare knuckle FC is the problem.
Yeah, that would be. But I mean, and again, great way to build somebody. He just keeps knocking people out, does some shoeies, you know what I mean, and then you try to get somebody here or there, And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who you're gonna drag out, but we'll see as time goes on. I'm amazed at how many people they were able to get from Mike Perry. Like, what I mean, like Luke Rockhold and Eddie Alvarez became available and they signed it and they got it done. So
he can span 2 weight classes though, is his thing. He can do welterweight and middleweight. Tai is not, he's a heavyweight, right. And that's where he's going to fight. So it does make a little bit more of a difference, but not a lot of options when you get 4 losses in a row. So that is a good one for him. No one's going to take him down in BKFC.
No,
he's tough as shit, has a, solid chin. So he would do well for sure.
Tai Tupvasa, right? Bare knuckle fighting. Mike Perry, bare knuckle fighting. Could we see bare knuckle fighting in any world, do you think, on Netflix? Or would Netflix just stay away from something like that?
I don't know. I guess it depends if it continues to build and make money. Maybe they try to jump in while they can still afford to buy it. I mean, they could afford to buy the UFC, I'm pretty sure at this point, but I'm not sure. It very much will hinge on how this boxing match goes, for sure. This needs to be successful for them to continue to venture into live sports.
I will say this: anybody out there right now, like assuming this boxing fight does well, and I bet your ass it's going to do well. anybody that's a combat sports league or anything like that, I would be trying to sell myself to Netflix as much as possible, because I feel like with the UFC, I don't think anything's set in stone yet with them. If there's an opening to get on a platform like Netflix, I feel like that could really just skyrocket your company.
The only thing I'm thinking back to is all these comedians when they talk about dealing with Netflix and they put these specials out there and then they get no feedback, no analytics or anything. So it's hard to measure the impact you're making on the platform. So you would have to put that into the contract, Otherwise, it's very hard to value yourself. So that is how Netflix likes to do business. Intelligent on their part, for sure, to have all of the info. But we'll see. Definitely a lot of eyes, though. If you can get on the platform, there's a lot of eyes to grow your sport.
Yeah. And I mean, WWE just did that deal where they're getting like a $5 billion a year or something like that. And I wonder, UFC's television rights are coming up and they're part of some company. You never know. You could see UFC on Netflix too.
I'd say it's pretty likely at this point.
I would say it's in the top 2 candidates. I would think ESPN may still try to work a deal with them, but
I think the fact that you see WWE already at Netflix and, they are under the same company, most likely you'll see UFC and Netflix.
And The Rock is such a huge fan of UFC. We know that because he's done stuff with them before, and he's on the TKO board right now as well. And he's even doing that project about the Smashing Machine, Mark Kerr. So, yeah, I could definitely see they're definitely got to be one of the leading candidates.